The crowd will cheer for your entry, but they will never warning you about your exit. Only the master strategist knows exactly when to walk away from a losing position. You have been conditioned by modern motivational culture to view persistence as an absolute virtue. You are told that giving up is a definitive admission of weakness, that historical figures conquered empires through unyielding stubbornness, and that entering a battlefield means fighting until the absolute end. This is a highly efficient, systemic deception designed to exhaust your capital, lock up your cognitive assets, and keep you anchored to failing infrastructures. The elite architects of historical power do not measure their competence by how long they can endure a siege. They measure it by their capacity for surgical realignment, by knowing precisely when to disconnect their resources from a collapsing paradigm. In the unyielding calculus of Niccolò Machiavelli, loyalty to a fixed plan is an operational death sentence. The landscape of power is entirely governed by volatility, structural decay, and the shifting vectors of fortune. To treat a strategy as a permanent contract is an act of severe intellectual naivety. You are projecting your emotional preferences onto a cold, indifferent market. The true rulers of human behavior understand that an empire is not preserved by digging deeper trenches in a dying territory. It is preserved by the calculated execution of the strategic pivot, by having the clinical hardness to abandon a position, a partnership, or an asset the exact moment its structural utility drops below the line of absolute optimization. If you are currently burning your limited human labor, emotional energy, or financial capital to sustain a career alignment, a business framework, or a human relationship that forces you to compromise your ascension, you are operating under a psychological trap. You are a hostage to your own sunk costs. Let us dismantle the romantic mythology of absolute persistence and examine the unyielding law of strategic realignment. To operate with supreme leverage inside highly competitive systems, you must first execute an uncompromising diagnostic audit of the psychological trap known as sunk cost dependency. The standard human mind is biologically wired to avoid the pain of a recognized loss. When an individual allocates time, capital, or identity into a specific vector, whether it is a corporate title, a trading setup, or a long-term business alliance, their ego builds a massive defensive infrastructure around that investment. As the field changes, as the metrics degrade, the gatekeepers shift, or the structural margins drop to zero, the amateur does not execute a cold calculation. They experience cognitive dissonance. Instead of cutting their losses and reallocating their remaining capital to a higher leverage zone, their brain demands protection for its past expenditure. It invents the fiction of the turning point. You tell yourself that if you just work harder, if you give it another quarter, if you inject more manual labor, the system will magically correct itself and validate your original decision. This is the exact moment the institution captures your entire trajectory. They recognize that your emotional attachment to your past effort has made you completely predictable and structurally immobile. Machiavellian realism states that past expenditure is a dead variable. It has a value of absolute zero in the calculation of your next move. The only coordinate that matters to a personal CEO is the real-time probability of future return on the next unit of allocated energy. If a position is structurally compromised, every additional second you spend attempting to salvage it is an act of voluntary self-sabotage. You are literally funding your own containment. The elite operators you see dominating modern networks do not look backward to justify their presence in a room. They look exclusively at the layout of the current board, cut the dead branches without a single trace of sentimentality, and instantly pivot their forces to where the infrastructure is wide open for conquest. The execution of a successful strategic realignment cannot be performed while your sensory radar is clogged by public opinion. To master the pivot, you must understand the operational deployment of strategic silence and absolute obscurity. When the average operator decides to shift their trajectory, to leave a corporate network, liquidate an asset line, or pivot their content engine, their ego demands an immediate public performance. They want to explain their reasons, defend their reputation, and announce their grand intentions to their reference group. They post long-format updates, issue explanations to their peers, and seek validation for their change. This is a critical security breach. In the geography of power, an announced move is a neutralized move. When you broadcast your intention to realign, you alert every competitor, gatekeeper, and counterforce in your ecosystem. You give them the exact data they need to adjust their defenses, block your exit channels, or exploit your transition phase. Furthermore, you invite the immediate activation of the social calibration system. Your current reference group will treat your pivot as an implicit critique of their own mediocrity, and they will coordinate to flood your space with doubt, criticism, and emotional guilt to pull you back down to the baseline. The Machiavellian protocol demands complete information asymmetry during the transition phase. You do not announce the realignment, you execute it silently behind the corporate veil. You maintain the outward appearance of absolute compliance and standard performance until the exact second the new infrastructure is locked down and the escape vector is 100% operational. You close the accounts, redirect the data pipelines, and clear your desk in the deep shadows of the cycle. By the time the collective realizes that you have abandoned the territory, you are already operating 3 spheres ahead of them, completely insulated from their friction, their reactions, and their attempts at containment. Silence is not merely an aesthetic preference for the elite, it is the protective shield that preserves your cognitive velocity during the most vulnerable phases of your ascension. To ground this law in raw forensic reality, we must look past modern academic textbooks and perform a psychological autopsy on historical realignments where the cold calculation of the pivot altered the fate of global empires. Consider the calculated political and military maneuvers of Octavian, who would eventually become Augustus Caesar, during the collapse of the Roman Republic. On paper, Octavian was locked into a high-stakes triumvirate alliance with Mark Antony and Lepidus. The public narrative celebrated this alliance as a permanent structural covenant designed to bring stability to the civilized world. For years, Octavian performed the script of the loyal partner, coordinating resources and balancing factions. But his internal radar was completely unblinking. He observed that Mark Antony's psychological architecture was systematically decomposing under the influence of his alignment with Egypt and Cleopatra. Octavian did not attempt to coach his partner, salvage the relationship, or send diplomatic pleas to fix the alliance. That would be a low-leverage waste of imperial energy. Instead, he quietly used the period of apparent peace to build an independent financial network, capture the information pipelines of the Roman Senate, and systematically reframe Antony's actions as an existential threat to the state. The exact moment the structural dependency flipped, the second Octavian realized he had secured absolute information symmetry and military liquidity, he did not hesitate. He tore up the triumvirate contract, launched a precision campaign, and liquidated Antony's entire operational footprint. The crowd was left stunned by the speed of the transition, completely blind to the fact that the realignment had been engineered in absolute silence months before the first arrow was shot. Look at the corporate execution of IBM in the early 1990s under the leadership of Lou Gerstner. For nearly a century, IBM's entire identity, corporate culture, and multi-billion-dollar revenue model were structurally bound to the manufacturing of mainframe computer hardware. They were the uncontested monarchs of the physical machine. But as the digital landscape shifted toward personal computing, software networks, and IT consulting, the infrastructure of the hardware market began to experience rapid, terminal decay. The internal board of directors and the legacy executive networks were paralyzed by sunk cost dependency. They wanted to protect their factories, their hardware patents, and their traditional engineering status. Gerstner stepped into the enterprise and completely bypassed the emotional heritage of the brand. He recognized that IBM was running a dying script. He executed one of the most brutal, calculated realignments in industrial history. He systematically defunded the legendary hardware divisions, liquidated legacy assets, laid off over 100,000 employees, and pivoted the entire multi-billion-dollar corporate machinery towards software solutions and integrated services. The legacy purists inside the organization screamed that he was destroying the soul of the company. Gerstner was entirely unbothered. He understood that a business does not have a soul, it has a ledger. His cold hardness saved the enterprise from complete extinction, transforming a collapsing hardware manufacturer into a high-leverage digital asset network that dominated the next 2 decades of global capitalism. The realization of this rule forces a total strategic reset within your personal life operating system. You must accept that your current alignment, your job, your project, your financial setup, is not a permanent monument. It is a temporary vehicle designed to carry your trajectory to a specific coordinate of leverage. The moment that vehicle stops moving forward, the second it begins to drain more energy than it generates, your contract with that vehicle is automatically terminated. The first directive for elite realignment is the total eradication of personal hope from your corporate evaluations. Hope is a high-risk emotional speculation executed by the vulnerable to avoid real-time diagnostic action. When you look at your trackers, your income streams, or your production metrics, look at them with the emotionless eye of a bookkeeper. If the data displays structural decay, if the gatekeepers are consistently corrupt, or if the niche is drying up under changing algorithmic conditions, do not plan a prayer. Plan an exit. The second directive is the continuous, hypervigilant maintenance of your mobility liquidity. Never allow your infrastructure to become so overcomplicated, so bound to a specific geography, or so dependent on a singular platform that a pivot becomes a physical impossibility. Keep your digital assets structured, your personal credit lines optimized, and your core execution skills completely independent of your current corporate title. You must be able to disconnect your processing unit from one network and plug it into an entirely new market within a 48-hour window without losing your baseline velocity. This is the supreme state of Machiavellian autonomy. You do not fear the volatility of the market, the chaos of corporate restructurings, or the sudden shifts in algorithmic patterns, because you do not value the position, you value the system. You let the amateur anchor their identity to a sinking ship out of a misplaced belief in absolute persistence, while you sit calmly at your terminal, mapping the global influence webs, tracking the information bottlenecks, and preparing to launch the next high-leverage move that captures the future. The position you are currently defending with the most emotional intensity, if you dropped it entirely tonight, what is the absolute worst that would happen, and what is the space it would instantly clear for your next move?